This week, students have been solving word problems using graphic organizers. Let's do some together. First thing to do is to read the problem. It says Lily wants to buy 31 pens. She can buy them in packs of 10 or as singles. What are all the ways she can buy the pens? The first thing I tell students to do is to underline the important information. We know that Lily wants to buy 31 pens. She can buy them in packs of 10 or as singles. And lastly, always underline the question because that's what we need to find out. You can see over here that we have a graphic organizer labeled on the left-hand side to packs of 10 and on the right-hand side single pens. The first thing I tell students to do is to look at this number 31. How could I make that number using base 10 blocks? Well, I know I could use 3 longs and 1 cube to make that number. That is the first thing you're going to put in your graphic organizer. It stands for 3 packs of 10 or 3 longs and 1 single pen or 1 cube. Next, I have them skip down all the way to the bottom and I tell them to pretend that they have no longs or packs of 10 to use. How can you still make the number 31? Well, I know that I can always just use 31 cubes or I could have 31 single pens. Next, let's look at the pattern. I have 3 here, missing 2 numbers, and then 0. I also tell students that this is the same as taking 1 away always from the top number. If you only had 2 longs instead of 3 to make the number 31, how many single pens would you add? This can be tricky for some students, so I tell them that's the same as adding 10 or 1 long all the way over to the single pen side. That means that I would have 2 packs of 10 and 11 single pens. Lastly, I can see that the number here is 1, or if I had 1 less pack of 10 as before. And now I have to again add 10 more to my single pen number to find out how many pens I could have on this side. Looking at the pattern here, I can see that all my other numbers end with the digit 1 in the ones place, and 2 would be my last number. These are all the different ways that she can buy pens. Let's do another one. The problem says Jack needs 42 cups. He can buy them in packs of 10 cups or as single cups. What are all the different ways he can buy the cups? Well, he needs 42. He can buy them in packs of 10 cups or as single cups. And lastly, the question, what are all the different ways he can buy the cups? In the number 42, I know that I can make that number by using 4 longs and 2 cubes. That's the easiest, fastest way to make that number, and that's the first 2 digits I'm going to put into my graphic organizer. 4 packs of 10 or 2 single cups. Now I'm going to jump all the way down to the bottom and ask students if you had no packs of 10 or no longs to help you build that number, how many cubes or single cups would you have? Well, I know that that number would be 42. Jumping back up and knowing that the next number would be the same as taking 1 of those longs away and adding 10 to my single cup side, how many would I have? I know that I would have 12 now on this side because I added a 10. Lastly, filling in the graphic organizer, the next number would be 2. I'm adding 10 over to this side, and I could have 2 packs of 10 and 22 single cups to make 22. And lastly, I could have 1 pack of 10, adding 10 more over to this number, and 32 single cups. Stickers are sold in packs of 10 or as single stickers. Mrs. Kennedy wants to buy 54 stickers. What are all of the different ways she can buy the stickers? You see that the language of this problem is a little bit different, but we're going to do the same thing. We're going to underline that it's sold in packs of 10 or as single stickers. She wants to buy 54, and we need to find out all the different ways that she can buy the stickers. And the number 54, I know that I can make that number using 5 longs and 4 cubes. That is going to be the first 2 digits in my graphic organizer. That stands for 5 packs of 10 and 4 single stickers. Jumping down to the bottom, phrase it, if you had no packs of 10 or no longs, how would you make that number? Well, I could always use 54 cubes, or Mrs. Kennedy could get 54 single stickers. Lastly, students can also just fill in the organizer, now knowing that you're always going to have one less than the column above you. Over here, if I have 4 packs of 10, I know now that I need to add those 10 back over to my single sticker side, which would give my number here an answer of 14. Same thing if I have 3, I'd need to add another 10, and that would be 24. 2, add another pack of 10 would be 34. And lastly, 1 plus another 10 would be 44. If students are having difficulty, you can look at the pattern, let them know that their 4 is always in the ones place, and there is also a counting pattern by ones in the tens digit. One more together. Nick is sorting his 28 baseball cards. He can pack them in boxes of 10 cards or as single cards. What are all of the different ways Nick can sort the cards? Well, he has 28. He can pack them in boxes of 10 cards or single cards. And we need to find out all of the different ways to sort the cards. In the number 28, I know that that's the same as having 2 longs and 8 cubes. That's the first number in my organizer, 2 packs of 10 and 8 single cards. Jumping down to the bottom, pretend you had no longs to help you. How many single cards or cubes would you have? Well, that would be 28. If I take one of those packs away, so I only have 1, I know now that I need to add 10 to this column or to the number up above, which would give me an answer of 18. Those are all of the different ways that students have been solving word problems using graphic organizers to help them.